fifth birdie of the day here. Fourth hardest hole for the week. Yeah, well done.
And she broke up that.
Yeah, breaks out of that tie, which is going to be lucrative if it stays that way come the end of the day.
Austin Ernst at 16.
Really lovely rhythm to that stroke. And a great looking roll too.
Missed a putt of about that length right there for birdie back at 14, maybe even inside of that. That would have taken her to 9 under. Now it's Meadow at -9 and Se-Young Kim. Stephanie Meadow with the honor.
Well, there was a big leaderboard just off the back of that green, so I'm pretty sure. I know John Colleen, her caddy, knows where she is, but I think she had a peek of it before the birdie putt. Knows how big that was now. Work is certainly not done yet. And that's a beautiful start to this hole, right down the middle.
She's looked really confident with her driver today. Not afraid to take a good lash at it. See if we can get a drive without a lean.
Impossible. Standards are pretty high here. Because of that high ball flight, she's getting less roll than anybody in the field. This is right down the middle as well.
She didn't lean.
It's a big fairway.
There's water left that you'll contend with your approach here, or at least it's there if you want to flirt with it. Now McDonald, 4 back.
Set it up the right side, maybe even right edge.
Oh, that could get tricky.
It's going to be a difficult angle into this green. It's going to be sloping away from her towards the water.
Left foot maybe in the bunker, I don't know. Se-Young.
154 and an 8-iron. Like,
Lynn's not as helping as much now. Okay. Just left to right. Should be hurt in the last 2, all right?
I think just hit side.
Yeah, just hit it. Yeah, hit it full.
Still good, right?
Yep, still good.
he said that confidently. He's got a lot of experience, Colleen does, because this ball happens to take off in line with the target. There's going to be a little question in his head whether it gets there or not, but he was convinced it's enough. Oh, it looks awesome.
Go.
She said cover.
Yeah.
She was a little nervous. Now we saw Allie McDonald's tee shot come to rest in what looked like an awkward spot, and it is, isn't it?
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things can go wrong here. You can hosel it easy as can be, stick the heel in the ground, turn over the club, and then it's in the penalty area left. And it literally is knee high. We say that all the time, but this one is literally knee high. This is a much more lofted club than the first one she had out.
Yep, good target.
Se-Young Kim in the fairway waiting.
Now, Paige, if she does make good contact here on a good line, I mean, the angle's fantastic to run it up the green.
It's a big if.
It is huge. That was just a layup.
Great shot. Great shot.
Check.
Well, she is vying to become the most popular native of Fulton, Mississippi. The other is Brian
No,
Belcher.
just, if anything, it's one to help, if that. It's mainly left to right.
Brian Dozier played for the World Series champion Washington Nationals. That was a baseball-type swing from Allie.
134 for Se Young. Slight uphill lie and a 9-iron. Right of the hole. There's some contour there. Not going to hurt her.
Come on. Yeah, that's fine, but
Good shot with a 4-shot lead, isn't it?
Yeah, it was safe, conservative target.
So Allie McDonald is scrambling at the 16th, trying desperately.
She could play any number of shots here. It looks like she's opting for the standard pitch and release. Landed about halfway into the green and let the contour take care of the rest.
Not bad. Still got some work to do.
17.
Second shot for Lydia Ko.
This from 99 yards back into the wind, and we've seen Lydia be a magician from this distance in the past.
And it's pretty good this time. Flag fairly tight on the front of the green with the way that the green sits up. Almost looks like the flag's perched in the bunker.
Well, Angela Stanford went to the 18th with a chance to birdie and had the low round of the week. Instead, she'll give a shot back. Can't believe it. Tom mentioned 55 top fives, although that drops her into a tie for 7. 54. That would have been 55. She's 11th on the career money list.
It's been a heck of a career.
20th year. Well, you never say never, but this could be it for Se Young.
Oh, yeah. Downhill, but not frightening. Back into the wind. A little turn left early. That's a little more than 3 feet remaining.
Allie's tee shot was offline, but it wound up in a terrible spot. Se Young at 11 had a divot. Her ball
Correct.
came to rest in a divot hole. There is that rub of the green that we talk about. But she had an incredible up and down to save par. Has not made a bogey since the 9th.
Austin Ernst at the 17th for birdie.
This one back up the hill, breaking right. You can see she pretty much had to put a full shoulder turn on that. That's how steep the slope was.
Austin's a couple under for the day. And in a tie for 4th.
It's been steady, really, for Austin.
After a really fine approach on a very tough hole, Stephanie Meadow for birdie.
Turning a little left, this potentially could tie her for 2nd if Allie misses. Let's get into the upper tax brackets there, Grant. That was not her best putt.
No. But she, I mean, aside from the 2 bogeys to start the day, she's played, I think, the best in this group. We haven't not seen as sharp of a Se Young Kim or Allie McDonald as we did yesterday. But Stephanie Meadows really hung in there. She's had 4 birdies on the card, since those first 2 bogeys.
Alone in 3rd, her professional debut was the 2014 U.S. Women's Open. Finished 3 shots behind Michelle Wie. 3rd place there at Pinehurst. So par putts coming up for our top 2 players. First McDonald, then Kim.
Contour moves this ball to right. Little breeze for one just across that line, though. Not enough, I don't think, to affect the ball in any way.
There's just been a little bit more stress on her putter today. She's had a couple good scrambles that we've seen, and that nice lag putt on the last hole. Just a lot of work. A lot of work today. It just felt a little bit more difficult.
A lot of work for both of them, and you know, this may well wind up being a 4 or 5 shot win for Se-Young Kim. It hasn't been as dominant as that final score may look. For a dominant player, Se-Young Kim. Only to say,
yeah, I mean,
there were moments it could have gotten
it's all
even
relative,
closer. Yeah.
but I think all of us were expecting her to come out charging. You know, birdied the first hole and felt like she was playing on her toes the whole time. But I feel like it's been a little bit on her heels today.
Bogey putt for Raleigh. It's a 5-shot lead with 2 holes to play for Se-Young Kim.
And in spite of the fact that we haven't seen, you know, the best stuff from Se-Young, she's doing what she needs to do. And ultimately, that's what you have to do to win the golf tournament.
Lydia Ko above the hole at 17 for birdie.
It was a delicate putt there, Tom, down the hill.
Yeah, it can get away from you. This green, as we've talked about all week, one of the flattest greens on the golf course, but still has some subtle undulations, not easy to read. One of the smaller greens as well. Now back to the tee. Really big opportunity for Stephanie Meadow to record her best finish on the LPGA Tour. Needs to get this one in the fairway.
Pretty much dead into the wind here. She likes that one.
Good shot.
Nicely done. Now Se-Young Kim.
Well, let me just say, if she finishes with the same golf ball, she wins. Only way to lose is to find some water.
Beauty.
Yeah.
That's nice.
There's water off the tee, but it's not in play at 17. There is water behind the green. Unlikely to be in play. There is water in play with the second shot at 18. And some out of bounds, but you'd have to really miss it by a wide margin to find it.
Yeah, no, the water's more in play than the OB.
Good swing.
Good swing. A little left of the others.
Yep, it's going to turn out okay. Bunkers down the left side at 17. Safe players down the right. Se-Young Kim, commanding lead. You can see it. 5 shots. Not easy to carry that board into the wind at 17.
One second here. Let me look at the flag.
What's the actual cover?
Actual cover. Say 94.5 over there.
I think we have to hit the wedge.
Okay. That's what you took.
Stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Play the 110 shot.
Yeah. Maybe 108. Can you do that? That? Huh?
Yeah.
Looking at the chimney. You see it straight ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like this?
Yeah, I do. Just feel it, okay?
Yeah.
Well, 100 and a pitching wedge. Now, they took a lot of time before we came back from commercial to really look at this, and primarily because this is the smallest green on the course, and it is hands down the shallowest target.
Yeah, it's visually intimidating. You look from that angle, you think, well, there's quite a lot of room there, but when you...
no wind, right? Well, look at the on number 10, though. It's there, but it's not 15 miles an hour.
From that angle, it's different, isn't it?
Here's the thing that we talked about. Then let's hit the 48 right of the bunker. Have a putt.
Yeah.
Huh? There's not any wind right now, much. Here it comes.
Just like this.
Okay, I want you to commit, okay?
Committed.
Yeah.
Caddy John Colleen is definitely protecting from the backside bunker. We saw several players get into trouble hitting it over the green in the first couple of rounds.
The line's not nearly as important as the distance here. And with the wedge, you don't hit it off line much.
Go. Go.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect in the end. She knew that it was going to be tight. I think it pitched right on the edge of the bunker. Yeah. Nice.
Well, that didn't carry by 2 feet, Tom.
It's perfect.
Now, Ali.
A little bit of an awkward lie. Uphill lie into the breeze. Not much fun. It's going to have some spin on it. Tried dead-handing it a little.
Yep. Safe. Se-Young Kim said that she was going to be aggressive if the pin is accessible. She'll go at it.
Yeah, no debating club selection here. 81 yards and just her 56-degree wedge, which is so versatile for her.
Okay.
No trouble there at all. And Se-Young Kim has shots to spare at the moment. And a putt for birdie to get it to 16 under par. And the 17th green, Se-Young Kim for birdie.
Wasting no time at all reading this putt, just steadily left the whole way.
Ease it down there, make the 4. I had a good conversation with caddy Paul Fusco, and I was watching her warm up today, and he said, this feels like what they've been doing over the last 6 years working together has all been building towards this moment. And I think when he means moment, he means this time of, in her career and the way that she's playing. Ali McDonald for a birdie at 17.
Pretty quick one here, just a little left turn early.
Locked in a battle right now is Stephanie Meadow for second. And as we've seen, the putt can get away from you a little bit above the hole. And Stephanie will have a chance to get it to 10 under and tied for second. A sea of bunkers down the left side at 17. I'm sure they give the members a headache.
You know, talking to some of the folks here, they actually have grown out the rough lately. They usually keep it pretty tightly mown, excuse me, into the pine straw and into the bunkers, and added extra challenge.
Great chance for Stephanie to earn her biggest check as a member of the LP.